overall opinion is that this was manipulated. It wasn't just like, it's not just Hamilton fans or whatever. And it's a problem. The biggest problem is this FIA problem. It's not a Verstappen problem. Verstappen deserved to be a world champion for sure. If you said over the course of the season, yeah, Verstappen for sure. Hamilton drove out of his skin to even be in with a shot, so he deserves all the praise for battling all the way to the end with an inferior car for most of the season, but then still winning the races as he should. Did everything by the book, and then he got screwed over by Michael Masi and the stewards at the end. That doesn't mean Verstappen didn't deserve to win the race. Verstappen deserved to win the championship, sorry. Verstappen deserved to win the championship overall. If you're on balance, if you said to me who deserves to win it, Verstappen. But if you said to me on lap 56, it's Lewis Hamilton because he's winning the race, then the stewards have decided, right, no one's overtaking, you've got one lap to go. And even if they do let them overtake, or if they say don't overtake and you've got one lap, Verstappen's got to overtake 5 cars. And if they followed their own rules, Hamilton would have pitted for fresh tyres. So it's not really, the main issue is why they decided. I mean, I've watched the race now 3 times. Had it on pause, watched all these podcasts, all these videos, I've got all this information about it. At the time, the decision-making process from Michael Masi didn't have any of that, and it couldn't have had any of that because he wouldn't have had the time to do that. So the issue is, what was the decision-making process from him, and how do we not have this ever happen again? Nobody wants the championship to get handed to Hamilton. I don't want that because it's happened how it's happened. I do not want them to go, yeah, to be fair, they made a mistake, Hamilton's world champion. To me, that wouldn't be a good outcome just because of how it's all happened, and and Max deserves to win the championship. What has to happen is they rewrite the sporting regulations, get rid of 15.3 that says the race director can have or overriding control of the safety car, because that just lets him do what he can literally decide the outcome of every single race now. So get rid of that rule. I don't want to say get rid of Michael Masi, but he's not going to want to come back, and the drivers aren't going to respect him. Mercedes probably won't. I mean, Toto Wolff he's fuming still. So there's I can't see a situation where Michael Masi comes back and people respect what he's got to say. Like, unfortunately, that's how it is. I generally, when it comes to sports people or people in professions, I hate being like, he should get sacked, he should get fired, he should get transferred. But like, if you say to me, right, has he done a job? He's not done his job, unfortunately, and people just don't trust him. They just do not trust him. So something needs to change. The radio silence from the FIA since is a concern. They've only just started looking at it last week. They've had a meeting actually today, 2 days ago on the 19th, where they've outlined some issues, some things with the safety car. They're going to announce their findings to the teams in February. So the teams, Hamilton, Mercedes, they're going to know what happened in February, and we're going to find out at literally FP1 Bahrain. So this is going to drag on into the new season, and we've got a new cars, new driver lineups. We've got Hamilton versus Russell. We've got Verstappen. We've got all sorts coming up, but we're still talking about Abu Dhabi, and it's one of those things where you can't move on until you say, let's make sure that never happens again. Now we can move on. Like that's my personal opinion. That's the general gist of it. Whether people get sacked or whether championships get handed on, that's secondary. Number one is, let's never have this happen again, because casual fans, I was watching with many of them, they come out thinking, I don't know Formula One, but that looks like they've just gone, yeah. And if that's the image Formula One has, then we're going down the same road as a lot of sports where people just don't trust. And this is a golden opportunity to get it right, to show that the FIA, show that Formula One is ready for mainstream, because it's been in the sidelines for most of its life. It's never been super famous. It's been famous. It's been quite niche. But now we're talking about Netflix, talking about Verstappen, poster boy of the Formula One. You've got Hamilton, global star. Like, let's get it right, please, first. Then whoever wins. Listen, if Science wins next year, if whatever happens, let's just have an actual competition, and let's not have people going, yeah, you know what? We want to have a race between these two people. Forget about all the other teams that have entered that want to win millions and millions of pounds. Millions and millions of pounds were lost by other teams because of the way this race was handled. It's not even a Mercedes or Hamilton thing. Like, Sainz got robbed of a potential race win. I mean, he could have taken Hamilton as well, or Hamilton and Verstappen could have crashed. Like, the way they set up just can't happen again. And what they did from Brazil, what they did in Jeddah, and Abu Dhabi. Just get the rule. I mean, it's a complicated sport. Get the rules right, and let's see if we can move on.